Hello everybody, this is Tim here again, here another movie review, this time for Across the Spiderverse. Now just to say Across the Spiderverse, this movie's been out for a while and I just recently got to see it. I'm pretty late to this one, but I'll just go ahead and say it. It's my favorite comic book film of the year so far. It's my favorite comic book film of the year easily. Flash is a strong number 2. This is easily number 1. This is easily a 4 out of 4 film. This is an awesome flick. It's not as good as the first one because the script isn't as tight because they try to stretch it out across 2 movies because it's got the to be continued at the end. They want to do a direct part 2 to this to link it straight up, like kind of like one big movie. So the script is not as tight because of that, and the movie, sorry for the positives, the animation is amazing, even better than the first movie. They do some more groundbreaking things here with the animation, even compared to the first movie, which also looked really good. I will say at times it does look a little bit jerky at 1 or 2 points, but overall it flows extremely well. The new characters, you got like future version of Spider-Man. I think he might be called like Spider-Man 99 or something. But he's like the future version of Spider-Man who's kind of an asshole. But he's not so much an asshole because you get the idea that he kind of feels like he's in the right or whatever because he wants to stop the universe from being destroyed. And if the other Spider-Mans like go across the universe and save people from different universes, it causes like anomalies and things like that causes the universes to supposedly like implode on each other, like people to just like evaporate in different universes. But Miles Morales claims that it's really the Spot who's doing it, this new villain or whatever that's shown up here. He's supposed to be like he claims to be Miles Morales' arch enemy. He's actually pretty funny to start out with because he's kind of like a lame villain, but then he becomes worse and worse as the movie goes along. Him being thrust in or whatever, he was kind of weak at first. He was like, yeah, this guy's kind of goofy, but by the time you get to the end of the movie, he does become, oh, I'm sorry about the lighting right there. My light just went off in the background. But he is kind of goofy at first or whatever, but later on in the movie, he does kind of, he kind of earns his stay by becoming like a major asshole through the rest of the movie and becomes way more powerful. Like I said, the animation is really good. I did miss like Spider-Man Noir played by Nicolas Cage or whatever in this film. I did miss him, and I miss Spider-Ham, and even like the anime Spider character in Penny or whatever, who actually does have a cameo in this. They set those characters up to be like to join Spider-Gwen by the end of the movie or whatever, to like go help her like rescue Miles and try to find him or whatever, because she decides to like team up with him at the end to go join forces with him, because Spider-Man 99 or whatever, the future Spider-Man, is kind of a dick. He basically wants to stop all the Spider-Mans from like saving people in different universes and all that, prevent it from happening, because he specifically thinks that's going to like cause the universes to implode and all that. And the well, my light just came back on, and the spider that bit Miles Morales is actually from an alternate universe itself, which I kind of noticed that in the first Spider-Verse movie. And by the end of the movie, he gets transported to that universe, and you think he's in his own universe, but the twist is that he isn't. And he's like telling his mom and everything about that fact that he's Spider-Man. She's like, Spider who? Because there is no Spider-Man here, because this Miles Morales who was meant to be bit by that spider never got bit. He ended up biting the other Miles Morales from an alternate universe. And in this universe, his Miles Morales, or this universe Miles Morales, is actually the Prowler or whatever, and he's working with his evil uncle who was in the first movie that we saw in this dimension. And so they pretty much chain Miles Morales up at the end of it, and that's pretty much where it ends, on the cliffhanger with Spider-Gwen going to like rescue him and find out where he's at or whatever, and also the future Spider-Man like hunting for him because he basically wants to, I guess, kill him or whatever, or at least capture him and stop him. I remember it ends on a cliffhanger, and you got the Spot guy coming after Miles Morales' father and all that in his own dimension and everything. And that's pretty much where it ends, on the giant cliffhanger. Like I said, the animation is really good. You get way more Spider-Mans here. I did miss some of the ones from the first one, like Spider Noir and all that, but Nicolas Cage's voice. The Penny one, the anime Spider-Man type character, she gets like a cameo, because she's there with like the Legion of Spider-Man and the headquarters where that's run by the future version of Spider-Man, or from the Spider 99 universe or whatever. I think it's the 99 universe. I'm not sure what he was called, but he's pretty much like a future high-tech version of Spider-Man. He's kind of a dick. And you get cameos. They do like funny jokes in here where they call back to like the live-action movies and everything, where they're showing like alternate dimensions, and you get like the chick from the Venom movies or whatever, Mrs. Chen, who's there working in the store, and she's like not surprised to see something weird again because the Spot character goes to see her because he's like peeking through different dimensions, and he's like, oh, you must see, like, you treat this like you see weird, crazy stuff every day. And she's like, yeah. It was pretty funny. And you get like a cameo from Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, and you see like Uncle Ben from the Tobey Maguire movie dying or whatever, when they're showing like different dimensions and all that. It's pretty funny. Pretty neat seeing them there too, kind of cool. It would have been pretty cool if they could somehow like merge those live action characters in here, kind of like something like Who Framed Roger Rabbit or something. That would have kind of been cool, like bringing them actually in here with this animation style, because they're already basically hinting at it, so it would be cool if they end up eventually crossing over or whatever. But yeah, this is easily, these Spider-Man, in terms of like the Spider-Man franchise, I'll say this is probably my third favorite Spider-Man movie. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, either that one or Spider-Man No Way Home is my favorite. I have to rewatch them again. Maybe Into the Spider-Verse. I'm leaning towards that one. This one would easily be number 3 after those two, in terms of like just my order of like top 3 Spider-Man movies. But yeah, overall it was great seeing the characters back, and the animation is done really well. If you're a Spider-Man fan, I highly recommend seeing this film, which I don't know if it's in theaters anymore, but at this point, if you haven't seen it, definitely watch it online or wherever you can, because it's definitely worth seeing if you're a fan. Yeah, overall, Sony's kicking ass with these animated Spider-Man movies. They're doing really good. So I hope some of this quality can like lean over into the live action like villain spin-off movies or whatever. Even though I did like the Venom movies, and I even like the Morbius for what it is. I like the Spider-Man solo villain movies for what they are. They're just like standalone superhero movies that just happen to star the characters who used to be villains in the Spider-Man movies and the comics. I'm okay with that. I can see why some Spider-Man fans wouldn't like that, but I'm fine with it for what they are. I don't care. But yeah, overall for this, a 4 out of 4. Awesome flick, almost as close to the level of the first one. Really, the family drama in here. And if you hear a dog barking in the background, that's just my dogs. I have quite a couple here. But I mean, the family drama in the movie is really done really well. Like the relationship between Miles and his parents, how they're always wanting to know what's going on with him and stuff like that. And there's a lot of heart to this movie, which I really appreciate. It really makes you care about the character of Miles. I gotta say, at this point, he's probably my favorite version of Spider-Man. He has the most interesting like character version of Spider-Man out of all the movies released in theaters anyway. So yeah, overall from 1 to 4, easily a 4-star, awesome flick. I highly recommend it if you're a fan of Spider-Man, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you again.